Alright, testing audio, testing movement. Alright, good. Alright, great. Hello everyone, this is Gundam Ace, aka John Hooper. I'm here on my streaming of Rebellion, Secret Games, second stage. When we last left off, the group had managed to create 2 radio wave absorbers to prevent the callers from receiving detonation signals. And they managed to make 2 of them with the plans to make more in the following days to come, in hopes of using them to be able to get outside the boundaries of the game. But the next morning they found out that Yui had been killed and the second stage had begun. Because of that, Kurokawa went on a rampage and decided to go after Daisuke, who he believed to be responsible for Yui's death since he wasn't present. Though it turns out it wasn't Daisuke, it was actually Hitomi, who was forced to kill Yui via a repeater's code from the administrators, or else all the players would have died. On a similar note, Haruna and Yuna also both received their own repeater's codes, and I kind of messed up the explanation last time of what their codes were. Haruna has to kill the 5 people she spent the least amount of time with within 5 hours, or everyone dies, while Yuna has to kill the 5 people she spent the most time within 12 hours, or everyone dies. Though they will be averted if both of them, if one of them dies, their condition will be averted. So yeah, and also the administrators are leaving new weapons around the field for players to get their hands on. So Haruna, Daisuke, and Kurokawa already have their own weapons. And that's Haruna also went off on her own. Also, Hatsune and Mitsuru are also off on their own because of Hatsune's queen condition, meaning she can't stay with the group. Alright, here we go. At the same time, Shuhei Fujita was securing weapons with Yuna, Kotomi, Hitomi, Tsukasa, Rei, Majima, and Mariko. They figured the administrators might have security outside the borders of the area. Who prepared them? Yeah. For what it was worth, the repeater's code that Yuna had been sent showed the location of a weapon. Following that, they first obtained the Beretta M92F. Lying next to it was a SOCOM, which Shuhei obtained for himself. After that, the group headed for the village. They collected the radio wave absorbers there. Wrapped them around Shuhei and Yuna's, the back of Shuhei and Yuna's collars at the radio receiver, and blocked out radio waves. How's this? Does it look fine to you? From what I can see. We'll have to test it out next to be sure. The rest of the group looked at them with concern. It's too bad that only the 2 of you can go. Oh, right. I forgot to mention in my recap. Yuna is planning on going outside the field using the radio wave block absorber to go get help. I would have liked to go too, but there's no way I can leave Mariko behind.
藤田先輩と東堂先輩が行くのが一番いい気がします。
But I do believe that Fujita and Yuna are the best. Sorry, Fujita and Todo are the best ones for this. Hitomi then tugged on Shuhei's sleeve. Dan, will you be okay without me?
大丈夫だ。心配するな、瞳。それよりお母さんのことよろしく頼むぞ。
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me, Hitomi. More importantly, take care of your mom for me. Okay. Shuhei gave Hitomi a pat on the head after she gave that forceful answer. Yuna turned to, Sorry, anyway, Yuna turned around to face Kotomi and the others. Alright then. Shuhei and I will head outside the area. If we find the administrators, we'll threaten them with our guns to stop the game. If there's a phone we can get in touch with the outside world with, we'll call the police.
みんなはここで待っていてくれ。警察を呼べても呼べなくても、俺たちはここに戻ってくるから。
Wait here, guys. We'll be back with or without whether we call the police or not.
でももし6時間以上待って俺たちが戻らなかったら。
But if we're not back in 6 hours, Kotomi and Rei interrupted him before he could finish. Let's not worry about what ifs right now. Please come back safe, you guys. She's right, Yuna. I won't forgive if you die out of my eyesight. Shuhei and Yuna gave firm smiles. You're right. We can't just assume. We can't just say we might not come back from this. Alright. Alright. I swear I'll be back. Until then, Majima, Tsukasa, Rei, you take care of everyone. You can count on me. Yeah. I'll do the best I can. I am uneasy about being unarmed. Well, I'll do what I'm capable of. Shuhei and Yuna turned around those words. The rest of the group called out to him from behind. Shu! Yuna! Be careful! I'll be waiting for you, Dad. You better come back, okay? I'm not worried. I believe you guys can do it. Shuhei and Yuna waved to him and then started running. They went through the river, the shortest path to their destination. Then they arrived at the western corner of the game field. According to the map, if they walked any further, they'd be outside the area. Alright. Normally wouldn't be able to get past here, but... If the radio wave absorbers are working, then we should be able to get past here. But despite that thought, they were still nervous. If the radio wave absorbers didn't work, and their collars would detonate, and that would be it. I'll go first, okay?
待て、俺が行く。
Wait, I'll go. Shuhei held his hand out to stop Yuna, while she sighed at him with exasperation.
何かっこつけてんのよ。だったら一緒に行きましょう。
Who do you think you're trying to show off to? Fine, let's go together.
一緒に？
Together?
どっちかの電波吸収体に不備があれば、どのみちそれまでなんだから。
Either way, we'll know if one of ours has if one of ours is defective, we'll know when we pass together.
それもそうか。
I guess you have a point. Yuna then grabbed Shuhei's hand. But despite the tough act she was putting on, even her hand felt damp with sweat.
電波吸収体の効果がなければ、警告アラームが鳴るはずよ。
If the radio wave absorbers don't work, we should hear the warning alarm.
少しでもヤバい感じがしたら、すぐに下がって。
Fall back if we feel even the least bit in danger.
それじゃ、行こう。
Got it. Alright then, let's go. And so Shuhei and Yuna walked out toward, headed out of the area at the same time. Their hearts beat loudly with every step they took. Were they approaching death, or were they approaching life? If the caller alarm were to beep in the next second, all hope would might be snuffed out. Even so, they walked forward on trembling feet.
超えたか。
Did we pass it? But before they knew it, had gone 50 meters ahead. Yuna took out her PDA and checked their current position.
超えてるわ。電波吸収体の効果はバッチリよ。
Yeah, we did. The radio wave absorbers are working perfectly.
ああ、みんなで作った甲斐があったな。
Yes, all the work we did was worth it. Shuhei and Yuna exchanged smiles. The administrators were likely trying to send detonation signals to their callers even as they spoke. But right now, they're currently out. The callers were currently out of bounds. The administrators could do nothing to them.
行こう周平。川沿いに走れば、いずれ大きな道に出られるはずよ。
Let's go, Shuhei. If we go by the river, we should find a road sooner or later. Should find a large road sooner or later.
そうだな。急ごう。
You're right. Let's hurry. Shuhei and Yuna said that and started running for an area they hadn't seen yet. At the same time, Kodomi Fukishi was at the edge of the village with Majima, Mariko, Hitomi, Tsukasa, and Rei, worried about Shuhei and Yuna.
大丈夫かな、しゅうちゃんたち。
You think they'll be okay? Majima and Mariko answered.
確かにあいつらのことも心配だが、それより俺たちは自分の身を心配した方がいいんじゃないか。
I mean, I'm worried about them. But shouldn't we be more worried about ourselves right now?
みんな らの条件が変わった以上、誰が敵に回ったか分かりませんからね。
Yes. Now their clear conditions have changed. We don't know who will be our enemy. Who are our enemies now?
まさか誰かが新たなクリア条件に従って私たちを殺しに来るっていうの？
Huh? Wait, no way. Do you mean that someone's going to obey the new clear conditions and try to come and kill us?
いや、今は黒川と春菜さん以外誰もまだその気ではないかもしれません。
No. Apart from Kurokawa and Haruna, no one else might be in that sort. Sorry. No. Apart from Kurokawa and Haruna, no one else might be in that. Might be inclined to do that at the moment.
でもゲーム終了までの時間はあと20時間くらいしかない。時間が迫ってきたら誰がどんな行動に出るかは予測できない。
But there's only about 20 hours left in the game. Once the time limit draws near, it'll be difficult to predict who will take what actions.
だからこそ今のうちに僕らも何か対策しておくべきじゃないかと思うんですが。
So I think we should come up with some sort of counter strategy while we still can. No way. Komi lowered her head.
母さん、誰かが瞳たちを殺しに来るの？
Mom, is someone gonna come and kill us? When Komi heard that, she cursed her carelessness. Right now, Hitomi was in a state of anxiety. Especially since, the number of players had gone down since she had killed Yui. Was going down ever since he... If she got too worried, it was likely she'd take reckless actions.
ごめんね、瞳。大丈夫だよ。敵なんかいないよ。
I'm sorry, Hitomi. It's okay. We don't have any enemies.
そう？
Really?
そうだよ。だから瞳は安心して、お父さんたちの帰りを待ってればいいんだよ。
That's right. So just stay calm and wait for your dad and Yuna to get back.
そのうちきっとお父さんがこんなゲーム終わらせてくれるからね。
Your dad will surely put an end to this game by then.
そうだよね。
Yeah, you're right.
お父さんならきっと。
I'm sure Dad can... Just as Hitomi was saying that, her PDA beeped. It wasn't just Hitomi. Everyone trembled at that sound. Because it was the alarm that indicated an email from the administrators, like I heard many times already today. No, sorry. I probably might have said... Sorry, I might have brought some confusion at the last line. I meant that everyone, like, shivered in reaction, not that everyone got an email.
まさか。
No way.
またなのか。
Again? Majima unconsciously stood in front of Mariko and Komi to protect them. As if to protect them. Hitomi sent a fearful look to Komi.
お母さん、またメールが。
Mom, I got another email. Komi's throat instinctively froze. She couldn't say, it's better to look or it's better not to look. But unless they knew what that email said, they wouldn't be able to come up with a counter strategy.
瞳、見て。そして内容を私たちに教えて。
Hitomi, read it, and then tell us what it says. Hitomi gently took out her PDA and checked the screen. Huh? Hitomi's face warped in bewilderment. But her expression gradually changed into despair the longer she looked at it.
どうしたの瞳なんて書いてあったの
What's wrong, Hitomi? What's it say?
こんなことが
This can't... Hitomi said then showed everyone her PDA. The following message was written there. Hold on one second. Alright, sorry, here we go. Kill all odd-numbered or even-numbered players within 12 hours. Should you fail to fulfill this condition, everyone's collars will detonate and they will die. This will not apply if the owner of this PDA dies. No. Once she saw that, Kobe understood the look on Hitomi's face. It seemed that the others had also come to realize it, as they spoke up with weary voices.
次から次へと本当にたちの悪い命令を与えてくるものだな。
See, those sick bastards are sending one twisted order after the next, huh?
よりにもよってこの2つのグループとは
Yes. And to these two groups at that. Kodomi bit her lip at those words. Odd numbers and even numbers. That simple group split had a very profound meaning to those here. The reason for that was that the odd-numbered players were Mariko, Majima, Tsukasa, Rei, Yuna, and Haruna. And even-numbered players were Shuhei, Kodomi, Kurokawa, Daisuke, and Hatsune. The administrators were ordering her to kill one of those two groups.
どうするの瞳さん
What are you gonna do, Hitomi? Mariko asked that of the now silent Hitomi. Majima was also silent with a stern look on his face.
瞳選んじゃダメ
Hitomi, you can't choose!
私たちを生かすために誰かを殺そうなんて思わないで
Don't give in! Don't believe that you need to kill someone for us to survive! Komi pleaded with her, but her words had little effect. For Komi and the others to live, she'd have to kill Tsukasa and the others, and the reverse held true. Otherwise, everyone would die. Unless she killed someone, everyone would die, without being able to do it. Sorry, without being able to do a thing. For Hitomi, who had accepted the order to kill Yui just a few hours ago in order to let everyone else live, she needed to think about the answer to that question. She already had it. Everyone? Hitomi looked at Majima and the others and spoke quietly.
誠に申し訳ないのですが、
My sincerest apologies, but... She was speaking formally for the first time what had been a while now.
私の大切な人々を生き延びさせるために。
In order for those I hold dear, in order for those I hold dear to survive. The same tone and look in her eyes returned.
死んでいただきます。
I must kill you. Hitomi locked eyes on Rei and the others and said that.
瞳。
Rei and Majima charged at the same time. He closed the distance in the blink of an eye and launched punches with all his strength. Hitomi fell back slightly with a low thud. But Hitomi guarded herself against Majima and Rei's powerful blows. I'm sorry. Hitomi launched a kick with that apology. The front kick was as fast as a lightning bolt, and charged straight on Rei. Rei blocked that with her arms, but she was sent flying backwards. She hit a wall and fell limply down. Hitomi then used the force left over from her front kick to charge at Majima. Majima managed to prevent her. Majima launched some short uppercuts in order to keep her from grabbing him. But Hitomi dodged those close-range punches, grabbed his upper arm, and twisted it in the blink of an eye. A moment later, Majima's right shoulder socket was pushed in the opposite direction. Hitomi then cruelly put strength into her arm and dislocated his shoulder with a terrifying sound. Majima took a breath and screamed in pain. Just then, Mariko charged at Hitomi and body slammed her. Hitomi let go of Majima's arm in order to dodge that surprise attack. But she quickly regained her posture and tried to attack Mariko. However, Kotomi then lunged for Hitomi's arms and shouted at everyone, "Guys, run! Run, but..." Just go! I'm not one of Hitomi's targets! Everyone fell silent for a moment at those words. Though Majima's face was twisted in pain, he looked at Mariko and shouted,
マリコ逃げるぞ
Mariko, we're getting out of here! Right! Right as the two of them said that, they turned around and fled. Ray, sorry, Scalsa then picked up the unconscious Ray.
すみませんが失礼します
I'm sorry, but I'll be taking you up on that offer. Tomi immediately tried to pursue Scalsa. But Kodomi cut right in front of her.
やめて瞳あの4人を殺さないで
Stop, Hitomi! Don't kill those four!
邪魔しないでください琴美様彼らを殺さなければあなたも死んでしまうのですから
Please do not get in my way, Miss Kotomi. You will die unless I kill them. Hitomi was no longer calling Kodomi Mom. Though she felt sad about that, Kodomi continued.
司君たちを死なせて私たちが生き延びても嬉しかないよ
I wouldn't be happy if we survived on the blood of Scalsa and the others.
あの4人だけじゃないユーナさんや春菜ちゃんも殺さなきゃいけないんだよ
No, it's not just those four. Would you kill you'd have to kill Yuna and Haruna too, right?
私は瞳にそんなことさせたくない
I don't want to let you do that.
瞳だって殺したくはないでしょ私にそう言ってくれたじゃない
Even you don't want to kill, right? That's what you told me. A look of sorrow flashed through Hitomi's eyes. The conversation she'd had with Kodomi and the few days of relief she'd known in her life flashed through her mind. But Hitomi shook her head and spoke.
殺さなければみんなが死ぬなら私はやるしかないんです
If I don't kill, everyone will die. So I have no choice.
そのために私はすでに荻原様を手にかけたのですから
I have already killed Miss Ogihara for that reason. Hitomi said that, curled her fist, and then punched Kodomi in her left side of her chest. Kodomi's vision went black from the intense impact. Her consciousness was fading fast. Kodomi heard Hitomi whisper an apology into her ear just before she passed out.
申し訳ございません琴美様
My apologies, Miss Kodomi.
私はこれからもあなたたちと共に生きたいただそれだけなんです
But I want to keep living with you all. That's all there is to it. And right after hearing that, Kodomi blacked out. At that moment, Mariko Ueno and Majima were running into the woods. Hold on a sec. As they ran, Majima's attention repeatedly turned to his shoulder. The right shoulder that Hitomi had dislocated just now. Does it hurt, Majima? Majima turned around and answered.
無理やりねじ込んだものの痛みはそれなりにあるな。
Yeah. Anything hurts when you twist it in the way it's not supposed to go. Mariko looked at Majima with concern. They'd already gone separate from Tsukasa and Rei. With events rushing by before her eyes, Mariko was terribly confused. Hitomi, who'd been acting feeble just a short while ago, had for some reason completely changed and displayed strength as though she were a different person altogether. No, it wasn't just her strength. Her demeanor was also completely different.
それにしても真島君、どうしてひとみさんは急にあんな風になっちゃったの？
But still, Majima, why did Hitomi suddenly turn that way?
わからんが、しかしむしろあちらの方が本来の彼女のような気がする。
I don't know, but if anything, I feel like that might have been her original self. Huh?
俺のストレートをあっさりと防いだ霊力と反射神経、あれは一朝一夕に身につくものじゃない。
She guarded and reacted to my punches as if though they were nothing. That's not something she could have learned over a single day.
彼女はおそらく何らかの訓練を受けているんだろう。戦うための訓練を。
She's probably received some sort of training for battle. Mariko remembered then. She recalled when she and Majima were attacked by Kurokawa on the third day of the game. Back then, Hitomi had easily taken down Kurokawa. But after that, Hitomi had for some reason started acting like a little girl after that. Because that impression of her was so strong, Hitomi had forgotten about their first meeting. Now she remembered Hitomi was strong from the start. So strong that even a boxer like Majima chose to flee from her.
真島君、私たちどうすればいいの？
Majima, what are we gonna do?
あんな人に狙われたら、藤田君たちが警察を呼ぶのに成功しても、それまで私たち生きてられないかも。
If someone like that is after us, we might not live until Fujita and Yuna get back with the police.
バカ言えマリコ。
Don't be a fool, Mariko. Majima spoke encouragingly to the downhearted Mariko.
瞳にお前を殺させるなんて、そんなことは絶対にさせない。お前は俺が絶対に守る。
I'll never let Hitomi kill you. I swear I'll keep you safe. Mariko gasped. That's right. He always protected her like this. And so she had wondered all this time what it was she could possibly do for him. Majima stared at Mariko and continued.
だから安心してくれ。安心して冷静に考えよう、マリコ。
So don't worry. Calm down and think it through with a cool head, Mariko.
この状況で俺たちはどうするべきなのかを。
About what we should do in this situation. Those words reminded Mariko of the conversation she'd once had with Majima. Majima would always understand Mariko. That he would support the justice she believed in. So she couldn't be complaining and moaning forever. She had to stick true to her beliefs and do what she believed to be right. When she realized that, Mariko looked back at Majima and answered,
ありがとうマジマ君。でもだったら先にやるべきことがあるわ。
Thank you, Majima. But in that case, there's something we need to do first. What's that?
ひとみさんはまず武器を探すはずよ。次に彼女に会うときは彼女は武装しているかもしれない。
Tell me you'll probably go looking for a weapon first. She might be armed the next time we come across her.
だったら私たちも早く武器を手に入れなければ対抗できないんじゃない？
Then we won't be able to fight back against her unless we get our hands on some weapons as well, right?
武器ってマリコらしくない。
Weapons?
瞳を殺すつもりなのか。
Weapons? This isn't like you, Mariko. Don't tell me you're planning on killing Hitomi.
俺もその意見には異論はないが。
Well, I have no objections to that, but... Just as Majima started to say that, Mariko hastily stopped him.
違うわ、止めるのよ。
No! To stop her!
例えば銃で足を撃つとかして人を襲えないようにして藤田君たちが警察を呼んでくるまでの時間を稼ぐの。
I just meant like to shoot her in the leg or something so she can't chase after us. To buy us some time until Fujita and Yuna get back and the police can call the police.
なるほどな。
I see.
藤田たちが戻ってきた頃、こっちでは死体の山ができていたなんてことになったら、あいつらの苦労も無駄になるしな。
If Fujita and Yuna come back to find the mountain of corpses, everything they've done will have been for nothing.
でしょ。それにひとみさんを殺してしまっては藤田君たちは間違いなく悲しむ。それを避けるにはこれしかないわ。
Right? And Fujita and Yuna would definitely be sad if we killed Hitomi. This is the only way to prevent that. Majima gave Mariko a bit of a grin.
お前がパートナーでよかったよ、マリコ。
I'm glad you're my partner, Mariko.
それはおそらく今選べる中で一番正しい選択肢だ。
That's probably the most correct choice right now.
見直した？
Did I earn a few points in your book? Yeah. The two of them ran off again with those words. To find weapons not to kill, but to stop the killing. And so, completely unaware of what was happening with Kotomi on the other's end, Shuhei Fujita and Yuna Todo kept aiming to escape. Hold on a sec. Okay, back. After 15 minutes of running, we come out to an unfamiliar forest path they hadn't seen before. But Yuna spoke up suspiciously then.
なんかどうもスムーズすぎるわね。
Doesn't this feel like it's going too smooth for you?
逆になんか不穏な予感がするな。
Yeah. It's only giving me a bad feel, more and more of a bad feeling. Shuhei and Yuna made it this far without encountering any problems. Yes, maybe we should have worded that better. They've been expecting they might find, sorry, though they suspected there might be, security guards set up by the administrators outside the area. They found none, which is slightly anticlimactic.
まさか運営の連中はプレイヤーがエリア外に逃げるのを想定してなかったってこと？
Don't tell me the administrators didn't predict that a player would escape from the area.
いや、ひょっとしたら
No, maybe. Yuna looked ahead. Before long, she spoke up in surprise.
周平、止まって！
Shuhei, stop! Huh? He froze at that exact second. I heard a click at his feet.
なんだ？
What is it?
足を上げちゃダメ！
Don't raise your foot! Yuna shouted at the top of her lungs when Shuhei looked at his feet. He shivered and stood completely still.
絶対に動いちゃダメよ、周平！
Don't move at all, Shuhei!
どうしたんだよ、ユーナ。一体何が？
What's wrong, Yuna? What's going...
多分だけど、あんたの足元に地雷があるのよ。
There's probably you're probably standing on a landmine.
な、
What? Shivers ran down Shuhei's spine. He looked down at his feet to find that the dirt was suspiciously piled up there.
おそらく警備の兵の代わりに配置された罠でしょう。
That's probably their line of defense instead of security guards.
ほら見て、あそこら辺の地面、妙にデコボコしてない？
Look over there. Doesn't the ground look oddly bumpy over there?
ああ、確かに。
Yeah, now that you mention it. Now that you mention it, there were indeed all these weird dents here and there. They seem too unnatural to have to just be a regular part of the forest.
どうやらここ、地雷原みたいよ。脱出しようとするプレイヤーがいたら、ドカンと一網打尽ってわけね。
It seems like this is a minefield. One set up to blow up any players who try to escape.
でも落ち着いて周平。幸いこの地雷は足を上げなきゃ爆発しないタイプの地雷よ。
But rest easy, Shuhei. Fortunately, this is the kind of landmine that won't explode if you don't raise your foot.
だったらユーナ、俺を置いていけ。
Then leave me behind, Yuna!
バカね、そんなこと言ってるわけじゃないわよ。慎重に対処すれば、なんとか爆発させずに済ませることができるってこと。
You fool. I'm not telling you to say something like that. If we deal with this carefully, we can get you out of there without detonating it.
私がなんとかするわ。安心して。
I'll take care of this. Rest easy. Okay. Yuna nodded at Shuhei's frail voice. She then crouched down at Shuhei's feet and began digging around at the dirt around the landmine.
地雷を掘り出そうとしてるのか？
Are you trying to dig out the landmine?
この手の地雷は地面から掘り出して重いしを置けば足をどけても爆発しないの。
That's right. For landmines like these, if you dig them out of the ground and put a heavy stone on them or something, you can move your foot without detonating.
でもお前、本当にすごいな。地雷の撤去方法まで知ってるなんて。
Damn, you sure are something else. I never thought you knew how to disarm landmines.
ああ、いや、 あ、その昔映画で見ただけの知識だから、もしかしたらうまくいかないかもしれない。
Oh, no, I just saw this in a movie once, so for all I know, it might not work at all. What?
不安になった？ごめんね、私も万能じゃないの。
Did I scare you? Sorry, but I'm no god. Though Yuna said that, she desperately worked her hands. Her slender white fingers were getting dirty, and dirt was getting stuck between her fingernails. Shuhei's heart ached slightly at the sight.
不安になんかならないさ。お前の言うことだ。信じる。
No, I'm not scared. I trust you.
あら、首相じゃん。
My, how admirable.
そりゃ首相にもなるさ。俺の命は今お前に握られてるんだ。信じて任せるしかないだろ。
Oh yeah, you literally have my life in your hands right now. I don't have any choice but to trust you now, do I?
そうね。もし撤去に失敗したら二人仲良くドカンだもんね。そんなのごめんよ。
True. If I screw the pooch on this one, at least we'll both be blown to kingdom come. Like hell I'm gonna accept any of that. Shuhei smiled wryly when he saw that laugh from Yuna. She was trying to save Shuhei at the risk of her own death. There was no way he couldn't trust her after that. After 30 minutes, all the dirt at Shuhei's feet had been wiped away. And below it, they could see a round landmine shining a dull silver. There was something like a switch on top of it that Shuhei's foot was stepping on.
よし、起爆部が露出したわ。このスイッチを固定すれば、足を離しても爆発しないはずよ。
Good. You've uncovered the detonator. If you can just keep that switch down, you can move away without you should be able to move away without blowing up.
ちょっと固定できるものを探してくるから待ってて。
I'll look for something I can use to haul it down with, so just wait right there. Yuna said that and vanished into the woods. And a short time later, hold on a second. One minute. Alright, back. And after a short while, she came back with a bundle of ivy.
あったわよ、周平。もう少しの我慢だから。
I found it, Shuhei! Just hang in there for a little while.
ああ、頼む。
Thanks, I'm counting on you. Yuna said that, then wrapped the ivy around the landmine. After wrapping it around many times, she had it bound completely in place, and then spoke to Shuhei.
これで多分大丈夫だけど、周辺、足を離してみて。
It should be okay now, but try moving your foot, Shuhei.
ああ、だがその前に言うな。もう少し離れるんだ。もし爆発したら巻き込まれちまう。
Right. But move away a little bit before that, Yuna. If this blows up, you'll get caught up in the blast.
何？信用しないつもり？
What, you don't trust me?
そういうことじゃない。万が一の時のことを言ってるんだ。
That's not it. I'm just preparing for a worst case scenario.
もし二人揃って爆死したら、誰がみんなを救うんだ。そうならないための保険だ。
If we both blow up, then who will save everyone else? This insurance to make sure it doesn't happen. It seems Shuhei's serious feelings got through to Yuna. She nodded and stepped back.
その辺でいい。そ
Good.
れじゃあ、行くぞ。
Alright, that's good. Okay, here I go. Okay. Yuna gulped and watched. And then Shuhei gently lifted his foot. At that moment, he instinctively shut his eyes. But even after waiting a while, he heard no explosion. Before long, he heard Yuna's voice.
やった。
成功よ、周平。
You did it! It worked, Shuhei!
ああ、
Yeah! Shuhei instinctively ran over to Yuna.
ねえ、私のうろ覚えの知識も捨てたもんじゃないでしょ。
See? Even my crappy knowledge pulled through, huh?
まったくだ。いや、大したもんだよ。
You could say that again. Seriously, you're a real piece of work. Shuhei and Yuna exchanged smiles. And suddenly grew serious again and spoke.
さて、喜ぶのもいいけど、思わぬ時間を食っちゃったわね。
Alright, celebrating's good and all, but we lost some time here.
ああ、急がなきゃな。
Yeah, we gotta hurry. But it was too dangerous to travel down this road.
この林道はやめて、木々の中を行こう。おそらくその方が早い。
Let's get up on this road and go through the woods. The road could be faster that way.
ええ、もう地雷撤去はゴリゴリだからね。
Yeah, I think I've done enough landmine disposal for a lifetime. After that exchange, they ran through the trees. They dashed through, the roadless expanse of the woods. Hold on a second. All while keeping the sun to their backs so they didn't lose their direction. They passed through bushes, dove in between trees, and eventually saw something they'd never seen before since the beginning of the game. A car road constructed of asphalt.
道路だ。道路に出たぞ。
A road! We found the road!
なんかこんな単なる道でも文明社会に戻ってきた気がするわね。
I know it's just a road, but God, it feels like we've gone back to really feels like we've gone back to civilization. Yeah, it's pretty heart attack inducing, yeah. Although Yuna said that, she carefully looked around. When she looked to the south, she saw the road turned a bit to the left up ahead and connected to the forest path.
北に進むしかないみたいだな。車の通りもまるでなさそうだが。
Looks like our only choice is to head north. Doesn't look like any cars are passing by.
でも走ればいつかは国道か何かに出るはずよ。もう少し走ろう、周平。
Well, if we run, we should find a highway or something. Let's run a little longer, Shuhei.
ああ。
Right. Shuhei and Yuna whipped their bodies into shape and started running again. A crying voice could be heard from somewhere. No, she felt like she'd hear a crying voice from somewhere. From someone. Kozumi Fukishi woke up to that voice. Huh? Where am I? For a moment, she didn't understand her situation. It seemed she was resting in the shadow of a building in the corner of the village. She was covered in grass in order to hide her position. Served as camouflage so others couldn't find her so easily. When she came to that realization, Kozumi gasped. That was wrong. She hadn't fallen asleep. Hitomi had knocked her out. She'd hidden her by the house so no others wouldn't find her. Hitomi! Guys! Where are you? She shouted, but naturally she received no response. She checked the time on her PDA to find out she'd been out for over an hour. Oh no! Hitomi's probably already on the move to kill Tsukasa and the others. And it wasn't just Hitomi. Kurokawa and even Haruna were playing this game now. And the killing might have already started while she was asleep. No, we can't let that happen. Shu and Yuna aren't even back yet. If those two succeed at calling the police, then there'd be no need to kill each other to begin with. When she thought that, Kozumi felt a restless stirring in her heart. I've got to stop him. I'm gonna stop everyone who's trying to kill others, including Hitomi. She couldn't afford to let the body count pile up, at least until Shuhei and Yuna got back. I'll do it. I'll stop the killing. Yuna said then a loud voice to pep herself up and started walking. It wasn't like she had any sort of clue of where to go. So all she could do was walk around as wide an area as possible and just wait to bump into someone else. It was with that thought that she blindly walked around. all while enduring the fear that she might get suddenly attacked by someone. Now Komi thought about it, she'd been of almost no use at all this whole time. If she was forced to, if she had to say any contribution she made, it would be thawing Hitomi's heart. She's painfully aware of how powerless she was in a fight compared to Shuhei and Yuna. If she was going to make up for that, this was her only chance. Perhaps her actions could save lives. That possibility drove her on. But no matter how much she walked, the chance of bumping into someone else was extremely low. That's why this turned out to be a little bit of a miracle. She found Kurokawa amongst the woods at one point. Where the hell is that bastard? Kurokawa was clutching a revolver in his hand. He was probably looking for Daisuke. Komi called out to him. Huh? Kurokawa looked at her with a suspicious face. Komi ran up to him. Please wait, Kurokawa! What the hell? What do you want? Kurokawa turned his revolver to Komi without the slightest hesitation. Though his unvarnished bloodlust hit her head on, Komi answered. I was looking for you. If you're trying to kill Daisuke, then please don't. You really think I just go along with it? No, sir. I figured that's what this was. The moment Kurokawa said that, he pulled the trigger. Komi instinctively jumped back. Smoke was rising from the dirt at her feet. Kurokawa continued, speaking to the frozen Komi. First that redhead girl, now you. Why is everyone sticking their nose in my business? It don't matter who I kill, yeah? Yes, it does. How so? Kurokawa, right now, Shu and Yuna have left the area and looking for an escape route. So could you stop targeting Daisuke until they get back? An escape route? We only had 2 of those radio wave absorbers, though. What the hell can two people do?
できないかもしれないけど、私たちはそれにかけたいんです。
Maybe nothing, but we still have to bet on that possibility.
昨日まではみんなでそのことを考えていたのに、せっかくみんなで脱出できそうだったのに、ゆいちゃんが死んじゃって。
We were all thinking that until yesterday. We thought we could all finally escape, and then Yui was killed.
このまま行くと殺し合いが始まってしまいます。そうすればきっともっと多くの人が死んでしまう。
If things go on like this, the killing will start, and once that happens, a lot more people will die.
私はそんなの嫌なんです。誰にも死んでほしくないし、殺してほしくもないんです。
I don't want that. I don't want anyone to die. I don't want to kill anyone either. I don't want there to be any killing either, sorry. Kurokawa furrowed his eyebrows. He spoke in a bitter voice.
ユイみてえなこと言ってんじゃねえよ。
Don't spout that kind of shit Yui would have said.
で、おめえの言い分はそれだけか。だったらもういいだろう。俺はあの茶髪を探しに行く。
So, is that all you have to say? In that case, just go away and let me. I'm gonna go. And in that case, we're done here. I'm gonna go look for that brown-haired guy.
こっちから行かなきゃ向こうがこっちを殺しに来るかもしれねえからよ。
Because if I don't go after him, he might come after me.
待って、大輔君は犯人じゃ。
Wait! Daisuke's not the cult! Just as Konomi said that, she heard a voice from somewhere.
だったらやってやんよクソが。
And I just gotta kill you, you son of a bitch! Konomi looked toward the voice in surprise and saw Daisuke in the distance. Kurokawa was shot in the side and fell down. He lay on the ground, spoke in a pained voice.
言わねえこっちゃねえだろうが。
See? Didn't I fucking tell you? Konomi instinctively ran toward him. Immediately afterwards, there was a shower of roars and gunshots.
たまる筋肉野郎。
Go to hell, you muscly bastard! He kept firing blindly with no hesitation at all. One of the balls hit Kotomi's leg. Kotomi fell to the ground much like Kurokawa. But more bullets came right after. Kurokawa clicked his tongue amidst a storm of bullets. He grabbed Kotomi, rolled around, and hid them behind a nearby tree. Thank you so much. Kurokawa didn't respond to Kotomi's thanks. He poked his head out from behind the tree and looked at Daisuke.
やってくれたなクソ。
You've done it now, you son of a bitch. He spoke in a cold voice that sent shivers down Kotomi's spine. Kurokawa waited until Daisuke was reloading, then quietly raised his revolver and fired. There were sparks at Daisuke's hand, and his gun flew right into the air.
やべえ。
Oh shit! Daisuke hastily looked around for his gun. But since it had fallen to a bush behind him, he wouldn't be able to find it immediately. Once he saw that, Kurokawa charged. Konomi couldn't stop him in time. Instead of firing a second shot, Kurokawa used his body and punched Daisuke with all his might. Daisuke was sent flying by the punch and landed on the ground. Damn it! Where's my gun? Even so, he hastily got up to his feet and looked for his gun. When he did, Kurokawa pointed his gun thrust his gun at him again. Hey, brown-haired, tell me something. Would you prefer to get beat to death or shot to death? Daisuke came to his senses and looked at Kurokawa. There were about 6 or 7 meters between them. They were outside Daisuke's special functions range. Once he realized that, Daisuke's face was frozen over with a smile. Wait! It looks like you got the wrong idea here! I'm not the one who killed Yui! Maybe you don't believe me, but I swear to God it wasn't me! Huh. That's so? That's right. So if you kill me, you won't be able to get your revenge. I see. You make a fair point there. Well, you know, this ain't really revenge here. Hmm? You tried to kill me. How many times is this now? What, like the 3rd time since this game started? Let me tell you something. Those who try to kill can't complain about getting killed. But that was because you tried to kill me! That's right. So if you killed me, I would have had no complaints. Go on. Try to kill me. Your gun's in the bush behind you. Pick it up and shoot me. The pair's bloodlust glares were focused on each other. Daisuke spoke up with a cowardly expression on his face. This can't be for real. More importantly, there's something I want to tell you. What is it? The truth is, I've always hated your guts! The moment Daisuke said that, He turned around and lunged for the bush behind him. But Kurokawa pulled the trigger before he could pick up the gun. Blood scattered in the bush, and Daisuke fell flat on the ground. Stop, Kurokawa! Harumi shouted that, but Kurokawa paid her no heed and fired his remaining bullets into Daisuke. Daisuke's body jolted 3 times and went completely still. Harumi's voice shook with horror. She failed to stop the murder that occurred right before her. Kurokawa turned around and looked at Kotomi.
おい、見たかよ、小娘。
Hey, you see that girl?
このクソ野郎はお前ごと俺を殺そうとしやがったよな。これが現実だ。
That son of a bitch tried to kill you and me, yeah? This is reality.
誰かの殺しを止めようなんて甘っちょろいことほざいてるとてめえが死ぬぞ。
If you go around trying to spout some naive shit about trying to stop other people's from killing, you're gonna die yourself.
それでも私は
But even so, She wanted to stop Kurokawa, but she failed, and he'd become a killer. Kotomi grit her teeth, and Kurokawa spoke up as though he were speaking to himself.
次行くか。
Alright then, on to the next one.
次って
Huh? The next one?
他にも逃げてるやつがいただろう。ミツルとあのアイドル娘がよ。
Those who ran away, yeah? Like Mitsuru and that idol. Kotomi felt shivers at those words. Kurokawa was trying to kill all the suspects of Yui's murder.
待ってください、黒川さん。初音ちゃんと白崎さんも犯人じゃありません。
Please wait, Kurokawa! Hatsune and Mitsuru and Shirosaki didn't kill her!
ああ、どうしておめえにそれがわかる？
Huh? How the hell do you know that?
何か知ってんのか？
Do you know something?
それは
Well... Kotomi couldn't answer that question right away. Kotomi knew that Hitomi was the one who had killed Yui. But she couldn't tell him the true culprit. If she did, he'd probably try to kill Hitomi. If he did that, then the killing would go... That would promote even more killing. But in that case, Kotomi didn't know... If that happened, Kotomi didn't know what she'd be able to do. But even so, Kotomi... One second. Alright, sorry. But even so, Kotomi couldn't just shut her eyes and let Kurokawa kill someone innocent.
ゆいちゃんを殺したのは
The one who killed Yui
運営組織の人間だからです。
was a person from the administrator's organization. What?
ゲームを動かすために運営が手を下したんです。
The administrators made a move in order to get the game moving.
だから初音ちゃんたちを狙うなんてそんなことはやめてください。
So please stop going after Hatsune and the others. Komi's answer was towing the line.
それらしい答えだな。まあその可能性もある気はしてたぜ。
Sounds like a reasonable answer. Well, I figure it might have been something like that.
でもよ、だったらミツルたちはどうして逃げ回ってんだ？
Well, if that's the case, the Marimitsu and that idol running. Huh? Komi didn't know that either. Kurokawa spoke in a low voice.
てめえの言い分を信じるにしてもあいつらは怪しいんだよ。
Even if I were to trust you, those guys are suspicious.
だったら直接行って犯人かどうか確かめてやる。
In that case, I'll go right to them and see if they're the culprits or not.
そんな
No!
わかったら話は終わりだ。
You get it? If you do, then we're done talking here. Kurokawa said that, then reloaded his gun. He turned around and walked off.
待ってください、黒川さん。
Please wait, Kurokawa! Komi stood up and tried to go after him. Ow! But she fell down from the pain in her leg that had been caused by Daisuke's bullet. When she looked, she found that her ankle, there's blood pouring down her ankle. Though her face twisted in pain, Komi still spoke to Kurokawa.
お願いです。待ってください、黒川さん。初音ちゃんたちを殺さないで。
Please wait, Kurokawa! I'm begging you! Don't kill Hatsune and Shirosaki! Kurokawa didn't answer her. His back grew smaller and smaller by the second. Komi was overwhelmed by a sense of powerlessness, and she quickly got up to her feet and began treating her leg. This wound is nothing! She took a handkerchief out of her skirt pocket and wrapped it around her ankle. She wrapped it tight around her wound and forced the bleeding to stop. She then looked at Daisuke's corpse and spoke.
ごめんね、大輔君。
I'm sorry, Daisuke. She had failed to save him. Perhaps she failed to save more people in the future. Perhaps she herself would get caught up in another battle and lose her life. But even so, she got to her feet.
誰か一人でも救えるなら。
As long as I can save even one person. Komi steeled her resolve and dragged her leg as she walked off. It had already been 2.5 hours since Tsukasa Mitsubayashi and Rei had started hiding in that mountain cabin. Rei had woken up a long time ago, and now she was keeping an eye on the outside, without letting her guard down a second. Tsukasa sighed and spoke to her.
レイ、そうやって緊張し続けていると持たないよ。
Ray, you won't be able to you won't hold up if you stay on guard that much.
分かってますが、やはり丸腰では不安ですので。
I know, but I'm uneasy being left unarmed.
じゃあ武器を探しに行く。僕は止めないけど。
Then why don't you go look for a weapon? I won't stop you.
いいえ、この広いエリア内から刀を見つけられる可能性は低いです。
No, the odds of finding a sword in this large area are very small.
だったら初めから無手のまま戦うことを覚悟した方がいいでしょう。
That's why it's better to be prepared to fight with your bare fists.
そんなこと言って一人になるのが怖いだけなんじゃ。僕に守ってもらおうと思ってる。
You say that, aren't you just scared of being alone? Did you want me to protect you? Ray fell into a bitter silence. She quickly looked down and muttered,
それも否めないですね。正直瞳に対して無手で勝てる可能性はそんなに高くないようですので。
I can't deny that. Honestly, my chances of being Tomi unarmed are extremely low.
いつになく素直だね。もっとも僕もこれがあれば安心とも思えないけど。
Someone sure got honest at some point. Though that said, it doesn't make me feel any better. Tsukasa was holding a pistol. It was a Beretta M93R. A powerful pistol with strong firepower that had a 3 burst function. They've been in the cabin. They've been hiding in a Wait, hold on. He had hidden it in this mountain cabin up to this day. He left it in the and while everyone was off disposing of the weapons in the areas, he left it in the off chance things went south. So while Shuhei wasn't looking, he hid under the floorboard of this mountain cabin. Though in all honesty, he didn't want to believe that a time would come where he would actually need it.
もしひとみさんがチェーンソーを手に入れたなら、この銃でも対抗しきれないかもしれない。
If Hitomi gets her hands on a chainsaw, and then maybe not even this gun will be able to fight. Will be a match for her.
僕は銃を使い慣れてないし、一方向こうは百戦錬磨だ。なんでも銃弾もチェーンソーで防いじゃうらしいしね。
I'm no expert at guns, and she's in a league far above my own. And either way, it seems she can even block bullets with her chainsaw.
武器のアドバンテージなんて問題じゃなく、案外あっさりやられてしまうかもしれない。
She'll have no disadvantage when it comes to weapons, and we might be killed in the blink of an eye.
そう考えると、僕と一緒にいるメリットもあまりないかもしれないよ。
When you consider it like that, there isn't much of a benefit to staying with me now, is there? The reason he said such self-deriding words was probably because he was nervous himself. I just want to show how much had happened today. The peace they had until yesterday felt so far away now. When Skasa accepted that fact, Ray quietly spoke to him.
いつになく情けないことを言いますね。司らしくもない。
When did you start spouting off such pathetic stuff? This isn't like you, Skasa.
さすがに少し参ってるのかな。何もかもが急すぎて。
I admit I'm rather bitter myself, a little bit bitter myself. This is all just too sudden.
昨日までみんなで生き残ろうって話をしていたのに、今は互いに殺し合ってる。
Up until yesterday, we were talking about surviving together, but now we're all trying to kill each other.
ひとみさんと戦うってのも正直ちょっとリアリティが感じられない。
To be perfectly honest, the idea of facing against Hitomi doesn't feel real.
ですね。生地あの人のことを知ってしまったために。
You're right about that. That's what happens when you get to know people.
見知らぬ者同士なら単純に敵だと思えたんでしょうけど、知り合ってしまってから戦うのは正直辛いです。
If I didn't know her, I could have just thought of her as an enemy without any issues. But fighting people I've come to know, honestly, it's painful.
でも戦わなければ自分が死ぬ。そういうルールになってしまった。
But it's kill or be killed. Those are the rules here.
バカバカしい話だけど、みんなそれに素直に従ってる。僕らも含めてね。
It's ridiculous, but everyone's just going along with that, including us.
結局人間は自分が大事ってことなんだろうね。
In the end,
真理とか愛情とか、そういうのは平穏な世界でだけ楽しめる贅沢品だよ。
in the end, people value themselves most. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Alright, back. Let's start from the beginning on that one. In the end, people care about themselves most. Things like loyalty and love are luxuries that can only be enjoyed during times of peace.
司もそうなんですか？
Does the same go for you?
もちろん僕は人一倍自分が大事だし、こんなところで死にたくはないからね。
Of course. I value myself more than anyone else, and I don't want to die here either.
だから僕は例えばひとみさんが現れたら霊をおとりにして逃げるかもしれないよ。
So, for example, were Hitomi to show up, I might use you as bait to escape on my own.
そうすれば生き残れるとしたら、僕は迷わずそうするだろう。
If that meant I could survive, I'd do it in a heartbeat, most likely.
あなたにしては正直すぎますよ、司。本気じゃないんでしょう。
That's too honest even coming from you, Skasa. You're not serious, right?
いや、本気だよ。一応今日まで一緒に過ごした礼儀として先に伝えておこうと思っただけさ。
No, I'm quite serious. I thought I'd tell you ahead of time, out of consideration for all you've been through up until today. Ray's face clouded over a little at those words. Skasa had the same look on his face. Not even Skasa knew why he said that. What kind of answer was he expecting? Ray sighed and spoke up as if imitating what Skasa was thinking.
そうですか。でも何と言われようと、私はここに残りますよ。
I see. But no matter what you say, I'm staying here.
あるかどうかもわからない刀を探しに行くより司と一緒にいることを選びます。
I'd rather stay with you than look for a sword that might not actually be out there.
どうして？
Why is that?
どうしてって一人じゃ勝てなくても二人なら瞳に勝てるかもしれないじゃないですか。
Well, because even if you can't win on your own, we might be able to beat Hitomi together.
殺伐としたこのゲームの中でも真偽は存在します。例えば同じ敵に狙われてる二人の間に。
Even in this savage game, the concept of loyalty exists. For example, when the two of us share a common enemy.
今の私と司がそれです。だから一緒にいたいんです。
That sums us up right now, so I want to be with you. Ray said that and hid her face. Sasa could see a faint hints of crimson tinging her cheeks.
なるほどね。
Ah, I see how it is. A faint smile rose to Skasa's own face. He now knew why he'd said those words just now. Because he wanted to hear the answer from Ray. Because he wanted to check if there was still someone he could something he could trust, even in this situation. Hold on a sec. Sorry, embarrassed and happy about that. Skasa was embarrassed yet happy about that. Then Ray spoke to him in an irritated voice.
何を笑ってるのですか、失礼な。
What are you smiling about? How rude!
いや、僕も君も分かりやすいなと思ってね。
Oh no. I was just thinking about how much of open books you and I are.
わかりやすい。私はそう単純な女ではありませんが、確かに司はわかりやすいですよね。
Open books? I'm not that simple of a girl, but you are indeed an open book yourself, Skasa.
さっきの冷たい言葉だって単に私に意地悪したかっただけなんでしょ。そうすれば気を引けるとか思って。
Even those cold words you said just now was simply because you wanted to tease me, wasn't it? And then that way you get my mind off things.
気を引く？僕がどうして例の気を引かなきゃならないのさ。
Sorry, catch your attention, not... Catch your attention? Why would I catch your attention?
だって司、私のこと好きでしょ。この10日間、おおむねいつも私と一緒にいたし。
Because you love me, don't you, Skasa? You have been with me for most of these 10 days, after all.
意地悪で気を引くとか、長く一緒にいたから好きだとか、小学2年生レベルの恋愛観だね。
That's the kind of view of love a second grader would have.
失敬ですね。まあ私は司が嫌いですが。
How rude. Well, that said, I do hate you, Skasa.
そう？僕は割とレイが好きだけどね。
Really?
見てると面白いし。
Really? I'm rather fond of you myself. You're fun to watch.
そういうことを言うから嫌いなんですよ。
I hate you because you say stuff like that. Ray said then, smiled faintly. When he saw that smile, Skasa temporarily felt like he returned to a peaceful world. he felt he'd gone back, not as a pawn of the game, of a heartless game whose rules they had to follow, but as a human. But in the end, that time was too short-lived. A sound outside the cabin shattered their peace.
なるほど。誰か来たみたいだ。
That's a signal. It seems someone's coming.
瞳でしょうか。
It's probably Hitomi, right?
わからないけど、その可能性は想定しておいた方がいいね。
I don't know, but it'd be safer for us to assume as much. Scassa took a look at Ray and continued.
別に逃げてもいいんだよ。どのみち今の君はいても大した戦力にはならないだろうから。
You can run if you like. Either way, you won't be much help in battle as you are right now.
牧岡流を舐めないでください。私は素手でも銃を持った司と戦力は互角くないでしょう。
Do not underestimate the Makioka style. I could take you on even barehanded, gun or not.
銃の素人と刀を持たない剣術娘のコンビか。いまいち頼りないけど、二人合わせて一人前ってところかな。
An amateur at guns, and a swords girl without a sword, teaming up, huh? Doesn't sound very reliable. I do suppose that together, we do have the strength of one competent person at least.
そういうことです。
Exactly. Ray said, then slapped Scott on the back. Sensation of her hands gave him the strength, gave him the power to move onward.
さあ、行こうかね。
Now then, shall we, Ray?
はい。
Yes! The two of them said then left the mountain cabin. And when they stepped out a little bit, they found the exact person they'd been expecting to see. She quietly stood there, bathed by the soft sunlight. But she held an ominous weapon in her hands. It seems she obtained a chainsaw somewhere. She probably received its location along with the repeater's code. Hitomi looked at Scott's son Ray and spoke in a frail voice.
ごめんなさい。本当に。あなたたちに恨みはないのに。
I'm so sorry. I have no grudge against either of you.
大切な人のためにあなたたちを殺す。そんなビジレークで私の罪は覆りません。
I have to kill you for those I care about most. But sugarcoating it or not, that won't change my sin.
私の都合であなたたちを殺します。だからあなたたちは殺されたくなければ私を殺してください。
I'm just killing you for my own reasons, for my own selfish reasons. So if you don't want to be killed, then please, kill me. Those were the facts that the girl who's lay between a broken heart and sanity, had finally accepted. Scott had already accepted that as well.
それでいいよ。僕は殺されたくない。レイにも死んでほしくない。
That's fine with me. I don't want to die. I don't want to get killed, and I don't want Ray to die either.
お互いの行動原理が競合しただけだ。
The core of our behavioral patterns simply are incompatible. That's all there is to it.
全力をもってお相手します。だからあなたも存分に。
I'll take you on with everything I've got, so you better do the same. Hitomi gave a sad smile. Shin tugged on the chainsaw's recoil saw with all her might.
行きます。
Here I come. And charged straight at Tsukasa and Rei with those words.
司、撃ち続けてください。
Tsukasa, keep firing! Got it! Tsukasa fired 2 shots from the M93R right as he gave the answer. The 6 bullets flew straight towards Hitomi. But Hitomi swung her chainsaw and deflected the rain of bullets. Tsukasa paid no heed to that, turned the burst option off, and continued firing single bullets. At the same time, Rei circled around from the right and charged at Hitomi. For a moment, Hitomi's eyes were drawn to Rei.
よそ見してる暇はないよ。
You don't have time to be looking away! But Tsukasa unleashed more rapid fire, penning down Hitomi's actions in sight. Tsukasa knew what Rei was up to. Tsukasa's gunfire likely wouldn't be able to defeat Hitomi, but he could at least stop her in her tracks. If Rei were to seize that chance and to attack Hitomi during that time, she'd like to be able to get a hit on her. They only have that one moment to stop her. All they could do was bet everything on that. Tsukasa thought that as he pulled the trigger for the 11th time. Hitomi blocked that too. He only had 4 bullets left. But by then, Rei was closing in on Hitomi's side. Tsukasa pulled the trigger for the 12th time, then shouted,
決めろ、レイ。
"Do it, Rei!" Rei used the momentum she built up until then, and thrust with all her might. Straight at Hitomi's face at almost the exact same time as the bullet roared. However, neither reached her. Rei's face warped with pain. Hitomi blocked the bullet for swinging for chainsaw, and at the same time kicked Rei in the stomach. Rei fell to her knees. Hitomi paid her no heed and charged straight at Tsukasa again. Tsukasa screamed without a word and fired blindly at Hitomi. But she blocked all those with her chainsaw. After running out of bullets on his third shot, Tsukasa no longer had anything he could do to stop Hitomi. Hitomi sped up and approached Tsukasa. A Grim Reaper in the form of a human approached with its chainsaw. Hitomi arrived a moment later and swung her chainsaw to the side. Feeling an impact in his right hand, Tsukasa was knocked back. He just barely managed to block the... He just barely swung his M9 3R to block the blade in the nick of time. However, the blade was knocked out of his hand. Sorry, the gun was knocked out of his hand and vanished somewhere, and Tsukasa was left lying on the ground. He looked up to see the beautiful Grim Reaper right there. Farewell. Hitomi spoke in a pained voice. With no way of fighting back, Tsukasa prepared himself for death. And then her voice came out of nowhere. Hitomi twitched and turned to the direction of the voice. Tsukasa looked the same way. When he did, he spotted Kotomi walking their way, dragging her leg and with her shoe stained red. Please don't kill them, Hitomi! They're our dear friends! Hitomi's face rapidly warped at those words. Hitomi looked away from Kotomi, as if not wishing for her to see her like this. And with a groan, she fled. Wait, Hitomi! Don't go! Kotomi called out to her, but Hitomi didn't stop. She vanished into the... Before long, she vanished in between the trees. Tsukasa had a hard time understanding for a moment, but he quickly came to realize what had happened. Hitomi had likely hesitated over killing someone right in front of Kotomi.
Fukiishi-senpai, ありがとうございます。おかげで助かりました。
Fukiishi, thank you very much. You saved my life. Taken aback, Kotomi looked at Tsukasa. Oh, no, I'm sorry for letting Hitomi get away again.
いえ、とんでもないです。あのままでは僕もレイも危なかった。
No, don't be ridiculous. Ray and I would have been goners. Right when Tsukasa said that, Ray came running over. It seems she recovered from her own damage.
私からも礼を言います。琴美は命の恩人です。
I need to thank you as well. You're my savior, Kotomi.
そんな。どの道瞳を止めなければ、他にも犠牲者が出るかもしれないし。
Don't be thanking me. No matter what, either way, if we don't stop Hitomi, more people might die. Tsukasa furrowed his eyebrows.
瞳さんを止めるですって。そんなことができるんですか?
Stopping Hitomi? Is that even possible?
わからない。でも、私がやらなきゃダメなんだよ。
don't know. But I need to try it.
きっと私にしかできないことだから。
Because I'm sure only I can pull it off. Koi's face was burning with resolve. Tsukasa thought for a bit when he saw that, and then spoke up.
でしたら吹石先輩、僕らも同行しましょうか。
In that case, Fukishi, why don't we work together? Huh?
一度逃げ出しておいてこんな提案をするのは我ながらいい面の顔ですが。
It's a bit shameful to offer this after she got away once, but
やはりバラバラになっているより固まっていた方が良さそうです。
sorry, after I ran away. Sorry, I'm ashamed to say this after I already ran away once, but it really truly does seem better to stay in the group than being split up.
でも司くんたちがいても逆に瞳を刺激するだけで。
But even if you're there, they'll just spur Hitomi on even more.
それはそうですが、危険はひとみさんだけじゃありません。吹石先輩のその足だってひとみさん以外の誰かにやられたんでしょ。
Perhaps, but Hitomi's not the only danger here. You got that wound on your leg from someone other than Hitomi, right? Komi gasped. At the present, this game was changing by the second. It was extremely difficult to tell who was friend and who was foe. She ran around chasing after Hitomi in that game field, then naturally other dangers would present themselves. Komi had learned that painfully well.
僕らはそれらの危険から先輩を護衛します。その代わり先輩はどうにかしてひとみさんを止めてください。
We'll protect you from those dangers. In exchange, please stop Hitomi. Ray spoke up in surprise.
僕らって私も同行することになってるんですか？
By us? Do you mean me as well?
何？嫌なの？
What, are you against the idea?
いえ、琴美には恩義がありますし、無論同行しますが、なんだか司らしくない親切っぷりに若干驚いているのです。
Alright, sorry, back now. Let's go. No. I owe Kotomi my life, so of course I'll go with her. It's just not like you to say something kind like that, so I was a bit surprised.
いや、だってこうする以外ないじゃない。
Well, this is the only way.
僕とレイの二人がかりでもひとみさんには勝てなかったんだ。だったら吹石先輩に同行するのが最適解というものだよ。
The two of us couldn't beat Hitomi on our own. In that case, the best solution would be to go with Fukishi. Of course, he had other reasons for that besides the logical side of things. He owed Kotomi his life. He had the responsibility of taking care of things while Shuhei was gone. Tsukasa continued while ruminating on those.
というわけで、いかがですか、吹石先輩。僕らの同行を許してくれますか？
So what say you to that, Fukishi? Will you allow us to come with you? Kotomi smiled at that question.
もちろんだよ。ありがとう、二人とも。
Yeah, of course! Thanks, guys! Tsukasa and Ray smiled faintly at that answer. And then they helped Kotomi walk as they tread onward. At the same time, Shuhei Fujita and Yuna Todo were still traveling down the road to escape. Not a single car had passed by. The only sound there was their footsteps. Their sweat scattered, staining the asphalt below them. They were struggling to breathe, and they were starting to get, and their exhaustion was starting to pile up, but they couldn't afford to stop. Their comrades could be killing each other on the game field, even at this very moment. They were the only ones who could stop them. It was that thought that kept the two of them running onward. They kept running on for what felt like forever. Before long, Yuna suddenly spoke up in a stunned voice.
待って周平
Wait, Shuhei.
どうした？疲れたか？
What's wrong? Are you tired?
違うわこの匂いは
No, it's the smell. Smell? Puzzled, Shuhei sniffed the air. And when he did, he caught a whiff of a certain scent. As someone who'd been born and raised in the city, Shuhei wasn't very familiar with the smell.
まさか。
No way!
でしょ
You're thinking what I'm thinking, right? Yuna said that and started running again. Shuhei chased after her, and before long they reached the end of the road. And when they did, they found themselves faced with the source of the smell.
海だと。
The ocean? A faint voice escaped Shuhei's lips. A beach stretched on for what seemed like forever, left to right. It didn't take long for Shuhei and Yuna to realize what that signified.
ここ島だったのね
We're on an island. The strength left Shuhei's body at those words. In hindsight, that possibility was very plausible. If the game had been taking place in a populated area, then people should have heard all the gunfire and whatnot going on come to check. There was also the possibility that those who love the great outdoors would stumble upon the field by accident, or the possibility that a helicopter would pass by and see it from above. As long as this game was being run in secret, that made perfect sense for the game field to be on an island.
なんてことだ。脱出なんか最初からできなかったのか。
No. So there was no chance of escape from the start? Shuhei shouted and kicked the sand. Yuna crossed her arms and spoke.
落ち着いて周平まだ諦めちゃダメ
Calm down, Shuhei. We can't stop yet.
海岸を探せばどこかにボートか何かがあるかもしれないそれを使って島から出よう
If we search the coast, we might find a boat or something. We can use that to escape the island.
ああ、そうだな。
Yeah, you're right. Shuhei just barely managed to give that answer. of course, he didn't think that the administrators would leave something like that lying around by the coast, but saying that would do them no good. Because if they were to give up now, that would mean they'd have to accept the game, the killing game as it was. The current progression of the killing game. All I could do was keep running, no matter how little hope they had.
よし、わかった。だったらまずはボートを探そう。
Alright, got it. And let's look for a boat.
イカダか何かでもいい。とにかく海上に出て近隣の島に向かうんだ。
It doesn't matter if it's a raft or anything. Either way, we'll get off this island and head for any nearby islands.
そうね、その息。
Right, that's a Just when Yuna said that, her voice was drowned out by a gunshot. Just then, Shuhei felt an intense pain on his right calf. A hot impact struck him, and he instinctively fell to the ground. He just shouted in surprise, but that was also blocked out by a gunshot. She then stumbled and fell to the ground with a plop.
Yuna, 無事か?
Yuna, are you alright? Shuhei asked as he endured the pain, and Yuna spoke back.
なんとか。でも足をやられて。
Somehow, but they got my leg. Seems you've been shot in the leg. When he heard that, several questions rose to Shuhei's mind. Who shot us? Did someone... Did one of the other players follow us? But why? Why would they need to shoot us? The answer to those questions came in the form of a voice from the distance. Now. We can't have you escaping the game now. What? You're... There was a voice they heard on the first day of the game, and just a few days ago. The administrator man from the speaker on the central control facility. It took me a lot of effort to come up with that plan, so please enjoy it. You're the one who already told me to kill Yui, aren't you? That's right. I've been watching your actions before and after that. I must admit, it was a rather amusing, rare turn of events. Now you've drifted a bit too far off the script for our tastes. We'll have you return to the game now. Well, there's several footsteps along with that voice. There's probably members of the administrator's organization, so there really were security guards around. Shuhei and Yuna had guns of their own, but they were no match for the rifles their opponents held.
周平逃げよう
Shuhei, we need to run! Yeah. Shuhei and Yuna got up and tried to flee down the beach. Just then, an impact rushed in the back of Shuhei's head. It was a hard sensation, unlike the last one. It seemed he'd been shot with a rubber bullet or something this time. Then the impacts continued, hitting Shuhei all over. Though they were rubber bullets, the gunfight was too one-sided. They couldn't fight back, much less see their opponents. Yuna! More impacts ran through Shuhei's head. His brain swayed, and his vision grew dark. He heard Yuna shout. Before long, that ceased along with another, the sound of another bullet hitting him. And then Shuhei lost all strength again. Haruna Hosotani saw that all on the monitors.
やっぱりダメだったの。
So it really was a no-go to begin with. She let out a deep sigh and buried her face in her hands. After she'd gotten her hands on her crossbow, she wandered around and ended up coming here. She thought she'd go check the cameras to see who'd killed Yui. But that footage had been erased by someone. Reluctantly, Haruna stayed there and kept an eye on everyone as the second stage progressed. She then learned from the conversation Shuhei and the others had that it was Hitomi who had killed Yui. Furthermore, Kurokawa had killed Daisuke. She also then learned how Shuhei and Yuna had tried to escape and ultimately failed.
希望なんてどこにもなかったのよ。
So in the end, there was never any hope. She was having a hard time deciding what to do in up until this very moment, she'd been unsure as what to do. She wanted to believe there was a possibility that everyone wouldn't play the game and they would all unify again. But in the end, that had been a pipe dream. Much like all the other games she'd been in up until now, the killing had begun this time too.
いつものように
In that case, we'll just have to do it like always.
私の背には周平と琴美の命も乗ってるんだから。
Shuhei and Kotomi's lives are in my hands now. Haruna told herself that. She revived her, weakening courage. and scrunched together her bloodlust and her battle, and her spirit of battle from the depths of her heart.
真島マリコ初音満黒川
I have to kill Majima, Mariko, Hatsune, Mitsuru, Kurokawa, and Hitomi, the one who had killed Yui. None of them were people who were important to her. In other words,
私にとってどうでもいい人たち殺しても構わない人たち
people who don't matter to me. People whose deaths won't mean a thing to me. She uttered that as if it were some sort of spell, and walked forward. All while praying that she could return to being a cold hard killing machine once again. Okay, so we will be stopping there. So yeah, things just get worse and worse. The escape plan failed. Kurokawa killed Daisuke. Hitomi's out to kill. Harmona's finally moving out to kill. Not looking up at all. Don't know how it's going to turn out now, so let's just wait until next time to see that. So until next time, I'll see you all later.